Yo, what's going on, everybody? This video is going to be covering two projects that I think are undervalued, being Pavia and Equine, and I also want to go over how to stay up to date with everything. So the reason I want to go over how to stay up to date for yourself is because sometimes I cover projects, in this case Milk, and then they have a Twitter space and some information comes out. It seems like they didn't really know what they were doing or the project was rushed, and I no longer think that this is a good mint, and sometimes I don't have enough time to make a video to keep you guys up to date. So up on the screen right now, you can see from Greed Malcoin that there was a Twitter space with Milk, and it did not go very well. So just straight up, if anybody's thinking about minting Milk, I do recommend that you watch this Twitter space first. I think everybody should watch it for themselves and make their own opinions, but from my perspective, it feels like this entire project is extremely rushed. Also yesterday, the price of Milk was 6,000, and it makes sense, there are only 100 items and they did have a very unique collection. However, after the AMA, it is nearly half. So my solution to this, for everybody, is to just try to stay up to date as much as you can. If you're going to be minting something and you know that they're going to have a Twitter space, especially if it's one of their first Twitter spaces in a while, then you should definitely attend that. And if you don't know when these Twitter spaces are happening, then you should be following people on Twitter like Declay, Wildcards, Stevie Crypto, Jarhead, F.Art, Tall, When Mint, and Shark Tank. Also inside of my Discord, we have a smash or pass section in our CNFT corner where we vote on projects that we will or will not be minting. Also, most projects do post their Twitter spaces and AMAs inside of their Discord, so the information is really everywhere. But I'm going to start off this undervalued segment with a project called Equine. Equine's floor price has been slowly creeping up for the last few weeks now, and I think this is most likely due to the fact that they released their stables on October 7th. If you want to see what the stables are going to look like, you're going to have to go over to announcements and then check out this YouTube video. This is kind of a rough draft of what it's going to look like, but it's down right now so you can't actually connect your wallet and check it out for yourself. These stables are far from perfect, but the fact that this is the first thing being released, I think is gearing up everybody to expect other things to start being released very soon. It says, following these stables, we aim to launch the community aspect of Equine, which is the guilds, the chat, and the friends lists in November, followed by racing and finally breeding and the marketplace. So if we do check out their roadmap, we are at stables right here, which is the second half of quarter 3, and then in the first half of quarter 4, we should get the guild system, followed by the second half of quarter 4 being racing and breeding, and then the marketplace in the beginning of 2023. Now that may be a long road, but that is nowhere close to how long of a road we had when everybody minted back in December. So basically, the closer we get to these things coming out and the development being released, I think the closer we get to more and more hype coming into this project. So that is why I am bullish. Now, if you don't know about this project, let me explain the collections. First up, you have these skins, which are going to allow you to change your jockey skin as well as your horse skin, but it does not help you anyway in game, and that's why they are very cheap. Now, we did see that some of the skins are very basic, but these skins over here, these are the deluxe skins, and they will change your jockey and your horse to match. I know the ideology behind skins is that if it's not going to help me, then why would I buy it? But you have to understand that everybody finds value in something else, and there's definitely going to be a group of people out there that go skin hunting. Next up are the jockeys. Now there's going to be 10 different jockeys with 6 different personalities, and each personality is going to benefit the horse in one way or another. So you can see your personality down here, and let's say this personality helps you stay in the lead. Then you would want to pair this with a horse whose speed is very fast, but stamina maybe not the greatest. So that way, once you get a lead, your jockey helps maintain that lead. Now the strategy goes a bit deeper than that, and I don't want to make this video too crazy in detail, but just know if you're going to be knowingly going up against a horse that's, let's say, way faster than you, then you're not going to want to pair it with a jockey that's going to give you a benefit when you're in the lead, because you're probably not going to get the lead. And this is why I think owning many jockeys with multiple personalities is going to be very beneficial. So now moving over to the Pioneer horses, each horse has a lifespan of 18 months. What makes the Pioneer horses special is that when they breed, they will be breeding non-Pioneer horses, which means when they die for good. When your horse passes away, it will transform into either a ghost or a commemorative statue depending on their track record. Equine horses from the original Pioneer collection, however, can be re-rolled into completely new random Pioneer horses for a nominal fee. And what makes this cool is that even if you have a bad quote-unquote horse, maybe you don't like its stats and you don't like whatever markings it has, then you just need to wait 18 months and you can re-roll it. The 5 stats that all horses have are speed, agility, endurance, acceleration, and stamina. Also, if you are into breeding, you will need to pay attention to your gender. There will be a filly and a colt. Now, how breeding works is so deep that it would probably take its own video just to cover everything, so I'm going to go over just the basics right now. So to start off, breeding will not be free, and I really enjoy this because nobody wants an overpopulation. If a player only owns one horse, they can find a breeding partner through the marketplace. Note that only the owner of the filly, though, will keep the foal. The owner of the colt gets compensated in the form of a stud fee. If a player owns a colt, they can offer a stud service through the marketplace. The price is directly set up by the owner, and a horse with a good track record or rare color might be able to fetch a higher price. Stallions can stud 5 times per month. And this is the part that gets really detailed, and I have a lot of fun looking at stuff like this, but just know that horses have their own DNA, which affect the horse's stats, the stat growth rate, the color, and body patterns. When breeding, the DNA of both parents is mixed to create a unique foal. This process follows Mendelian genetics with dominant and recessive genes. Gene mutations are also a possibility. As in real life, breeding two similar parents is likely to give a similar foal, however, is never guaranteed. A player can study a horse's lineage to try and predict more accurately the result of a breeding session. And lastly, once you have signed your smart contract and started the breeding session, the foal will be delivered on the first day of the following month. Also, just a shout out to their team and their Discord real quick. They have these town hall updates, and it started all the way back in April, and every 2 weeks they put an update here, and you can scroll through, and they've been updating you every 2 weeks very consistently. And this is something that I don't see a whole lot of teams do, and it's always nice to see exactly where your project is. Another project that I believe is undervalued is Pavia / Cardano Kids. Pavia's floor price was once almost 1,000. Also, Pavia is the very first metaverse to ever build on Cardano. Pavia is the first mover, and I did think that that would give them a very large advantage. However, there was a time period where they weren't having too many announcements or having any updates on what was going on, and a lot of the investors lost faith, and that's why the floor price dumped from 1,000 all the way down to 200. And the reason why I lump Cardano Kids in with Pavia is because Pavia acquired Cardano Kids. Now originally, Cardano Kids were just these images right here, and every month or so they would have a new series released. However, after Pavia acquired them, they started working on a 10K 3D metaverse ready Kids NFT drop. They've also been teasing Season 9 with their 81st edition, which is the Vasile hard fork. Now we don't know when the 3D drop is coming, but it does say that it will be coming before Series 9. Whenever a new series comes out, yes, it of course increases the total supply, but it always makes the earlier series more valuable. Heading back over to Pavia, Pavia has been building a lot, and their builder tool has recently had an update last month and had a new addition of metaverse dogs added in. Also, something that they're building right now is going to be terrain manipulation, where you can raise or lower the land. They say it's far more than drag and drop, and the full release will be in Q1 of next year. They also released a new roadmap at the beginning of this month, and it goes all the way until mid-2023. For the rest of this year, what we have to look forward to on this roadmap is Pavia's first birthday, their multiplayer refinement, a builder update, and the first Pavia Plaza event. And then from Q1 to Q3 of next year, the 3 big things in my opinion will be their launchpad reveal in Q1, their mech Pavs in Q1, and then in Q2/Q3, their Pavia full buildable world early access release. And if you're not sure what a Pav is, Pavs are these little dudes right here, and there were 6,000 of these airdropped to 6,000 lucky individuals who held land in the Pavia metaverse. The exact definition of a Pav and their utility is unknown, but the community thinks that it could allow users a play-to-earn model, as they do plan to allow people to catch these things in the future, roaming all around Pavia. So just like with Cardano Kids and Pavia, if Pavia does go on a run, these Pavs will likely follow suit. Right now, the most recent thing that they're doing is 99% of their team is preparing for the live Plaza event. The artwork for the new map is now complete, and the devs are testing it. Also, certain parts of Pavia HQ are only accessible if you do have an Adapunks MVP. And if you don't know what that is the Metaverse Pass exclusive from the Adapunks project. But alright everybody, that's everything that I wanted to cover in today's video. I know that there's way more projects, and I'll try to cover them in another video. But until next time guys, get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time guys, peace.
I get it like a G, but it never came easy. You got me coughing up a lung, I wish I rap like Wheezy. I keep my pace, so I'm sorry that I'm breezy. Keep my sneaks laced, cause I can't afford Yeezys. I don't want the gold, give me BTC. Y'all be acting crazy.